So I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. My Christmas was pretty awesome. I had a ton of fun, but I was definitely dreading this episode. I knew the feels were coming and I just wasn't ready for it. Natsu crying, screaming for Igneel, Happy crying for Natsu, all of the dragons just disappearing. A very, very sad ending for the Tartarus arc, and for 2015 really. And even though it was animated well, nothing can top that feeling you get in the manga. Natsu's tears were definitely heartbreaking, but it's a totally different experience. In the anime, there's some uplifting music added. I feel Natsu's more willing to move on, whereas in the manga you have that one single panel of Natsu just completely in tears, losing his mind. It's simply a tragic and painful story. It's not uplifting, and even though Natsu does move forward because that's what Natsu wants to do, that's what Igneel wants to do, the tone has such a bigger impact in the manga. Now, also in the manga, when Lucy flashbacks looking out the window where Aquarius's broken key is lying on the table and she's remembering all of the loss, Gray losing his father, Natsu losing Igneel, and by far the most emotional moment for me and for Lucy is Lucy losing Aquarius, which they did make up for at the end of the episode. We did flashback to these emotional moments, and we really needed that because this hit me very hard in the manga, an immensely quiet and depressing moment in Lucy's life. There was just this drawn out happiness in the anime where Wendy got her haircut and everything, where it just felt it should have been so much darker. The loss everyone had felt had so much more depth in the manga. I mean, I understand the anime is on its own, it reaches a larger audience by being friendly, but I would have rather seen the sorrow from the manga portrayed in the anime because this was genuinely a depressing moment for me, where I really didn't feel that in the anime. However, when we get to the Gray and Juvia moment, the anime pulled that off so well. I could tell because I had chills when Gray was crying. There was no toning it down. Juvia is very direct. I killed your father. I shouldn't be with you anymore. And the anticipation of weeping Gray just dropping his face into her chest, like that was the emotional moment Juvia fans were waiting for. That was the important setup to the story between Juvia and Gray. Anime only watchers, you have a lot to look forward to. I love their journey together in the next arc. And next up is Durza. Again, we have all of my favorite ships in this episode, or maybe I should say the ships that are meant to be. It's episodes like this that Hiro is bluntly telling you. Natsu with Lucy, Urza with Jalal, Juvia with Gray, and even Levi with Gagio. Like, those are it. He's done it time and time again. Hiro Mashima is directly telling you that those are the pairings. And if you don't like it, doesn't fucking matter, that's the way it is. So this flashback with Urza where she's doubting people and herself, again wasn't as impactful as the manga. She specifically talks about being shamed, but while she's tortured in the anime, she's fully clothed, whereas in the manga, Kyoka is just beating her while she's hanging in chains, completely naked in front of Tartarus members. That's a huge impact as to why she feels this way, and that maturity just does not come across in the anime. Though while she was thinking to herself in this flashback, there was no music playing. The anime did that right. It's so much more dramatic that way, and I love seeing Jalal be there for her. I've been waiting for that amazing moment to be animated. I wish they were physically a little closer with each other. I'm sure eventually they will be. I mean, Jalal says our paths will intersect, and then she smiles, which was beautifully done. I love Urza's smile. I love Urza's character. Then, of course, the heartbreaker. Fairy Tail is disbanding. We're supposed to have a lot of Lucy moments coming up after this, like enough for a full episode at least. But Fairy Tail Zero is coming up first, which I believe should start sometime in January, which will last a while. So they better animate Natsu's journey and Lucy completely alone, without her family, without Natsu, very well. Best Girl better get her own episode. This is a part where you can really see Lucy as the main character alongside Natsu. Fairy Tail disbands. Who does the story focus on almost completely? Lucy. Everyone leaves and the story does not even exist without her. Sadly, Lucy reads Natsu's letter saying he's leaving her, and instead of the silence that Urza had to make her moment so impactful, Natsu's uplifting fight theme music starts playing while Lucy is running after him, screaming and crying. Like, what? This is one of the saddest moments in the series and it should have been way more emotional. I still got upset at Lucy crying, but come on, if you don't read the manga, go read this chapter. That was way more depressing in the manga, which is how it should be. Like, it's supposed to be emotional. Natsu's leaving Lucy while she's bawling her eyes out. Everything is not okay. That music should not be playing at all. Even Makarov telling them to go spread their wings, the anime gives you this feeling that everything's gonna be just fine. No, Makarov didn't tell them anything. He left and disbanded Fairy Tail, and Natsu didn't leave all happy like they show you in the anime. He's suffering from Igneel's death. That's why he's leaving. He's not leaving because he wants to have fun on this adventure, really. He's leaving because, you know, he's suffering on the inside. The emotional flashbacks with the ending did make up for it a bit, and this episode was still good, but that's because of the source material. The manga outclassed this very emotional episode in so many ways. Next up is Fairy Tail Zero. You guys are definitely going to be hyped for it. It's really good. I've read that manga and it's excellent. I cannot wait to see that backstory. I hope you guys are ready for it. I most definitely am. But we left off at such a critical point that I want the story to continue. Everything about Lucy is coming up. This is going to be one of my favorite points in Fairy Tail. It's also a very sad part. But I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know what you guys thought about this episode, especially if you read the manga. Did you guys feel the same as I did? Like, it was a lot more emotional? Tell me in the comments. I hope you all had an awesome Christmas. I have so much Fairy Tail stuff to show you guys on Twitter and Instagram. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and thank you all so much for watching. Arigatou gozaimasu. Matane.
Hey fairy, where you going? I'm trying to assemble all this light. I'll shine it down and make tomorrow bright.